Hey, how you getting on? Baldy's back, and today I want to talk about a guitar of which the shape is currently in no way legally controversial. This is Henry's Snake 2. So those of you with attention spans fried by TikToks and short-form brain rot, you might be wondering what to expect from this video right now. And I can't really tell you because I'm still trying to figure out my own formula for guitar videos. I've only ever done one guitar video, which is ironic since guitar is the entire premise of this channel. Everything really revolves about guitar. But anyway, that one video was for the first Henry Snake. The Snake won this pink guitar next to me here, which I adore. Now in that video, I approached the topic like I do for amps and speaker videos, kind of analytical with a reference. In that video, I compared the Snake 1 to my Fender Eric Johnson Strat for some reason, for reasons I don't understand today, because obviously those guitars have absolutely nothing in common. Don't know what I was thinking there. But anyway, I think in the meantime that that approach doesn't really work so well for guitars because, and prepare for a hot take, I don't think the electric guitar has as big of an influence on the overall sound as other parts of the signal chain. Or let me rephrase that. The difference between two different electric guitars, as long as they have the same pickup types, meaning humbuckers and single coils, that work, and the scale lengths aren't too ridiculously different, the difference between those won't really make such a big difference as the difference between two amplifiers, or more than that, even the difference between two different speakers or cabs. The individual guitar, though, is still incredibly important for the player because, let's face it, it's the interface between you, the player, and frankly, everything else. So the guitar's quality and its qualities are paramount to the overall playing experience. So what to do with guitar videos? Sure, I could disassemble this thing down to the final screw and measure every length with the vernier calipers and do the same for reference guitars, but that's not going to help anybody, and it's not going to be particularly interesting either. So I think the best I can do is kind of play this guitar and describe the playing experience, what I like, what I don't like, and just kind of assess if it's for you, and also compare it to its predecessor. And speaking of its predecessor, I hope to do this Snake 1 justice in this video as well, because in that video, I was kind of stiff because I was nervous. I'm still trying to figure out the formula, as I just said, but also I just joined the Henry's affiliate guitar program, and I was so nervous to not sell that guitar, you know, because of the potential conflict of interest, stupid morals, I don't know. But I can report to you that the number of guitars I've sold through Henry's affiliate program is 0. Not a single one. So yeah, they still sent me this one. And that tells you everything you need to know about the company Henry's. They're just a great bunch of lads. I hung out with them at 42 Gear Street last year and at Guitar Summit. And they're in it for the love of the game. These guys love what they do. And I trust them. They're great folks. And spoiler alert, the guitars are absolutely sick, and I think they dominate everything in that price range. And yeah, they sent me this. I didn't pay for this one. I'm keeping this one, so this video can be considered sponsored, I guess. So I guess through all this rambling, I do have a little bit of a structure. I'm going to talk about the specs of this guitar, then I'm going to compare it to its predecessor, then explain to you how it feels to play this guitar, how I like it, and yeah, I'll throw in some tones in between. So yeah, this completely original guitar shape has a bolt-on neck construction. The body is made of wood. It's made of wood. Yeah, it's got a roasted maple neck that's bolted on, has a nice kind of satinized, very smooth feeling finish. It's not sticky at all. We have a rosewood fretboard with stainless steel frets, HSS pickup configuration, 2 tones, 1 volume, 5 position switch. We can split the humbucker using this push-push potentiometer. We have Henry's branded locking tuners. What else do we have? We have a classic 6-point trem. So how do they change from the Snake 1 to the Snake 2? First of all, I think there's more colors available. There's the usual black, white, red, yellow, some blue, turquoise, and of course there's pink, which is the manliest of guitar colors. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. Also, you now have the choice between this relic finish and solid colors. I went for relic again because this guitar is a fun guitar. Somehow many other manufacturers have very, very similar guitar shapes. I don't know why. And I think this relic finish, even though it's a gimmick, obviously it's not super professional like some of the Friedman guitars, but they cost like 5-6 times as much as these. But it's fun and it'll make you stick out. So I went for that. Also, I'm a clumsy idiot and I bang my guitars off stuff anyway. So sooner or later, my guitars all look like this anyway. So why not? Also, you can see the pickups are different. There's a chrome cover on the Snake 1, while the Snake 2 is uncovered. Personally, I prefer that because I hate chrome finishes. Chrome sucks if you ask me. Also, as I just mentioned, we now have, coil split. We have a push pot. So push is cool. You don't have to get your fingernails under there. You can just play and just kind of bop it. Now it's out. Slap it again, it's back in. So the necks are different. I'm not sure, this probably wasn't roasted, even though I thought, but as you can see, the shade on this one is a lot darker. The inlays are a little different, a little more original. We have just standard dot inlays on the first Snake, and we have these cool rings on the Snake 2. And the final difference I noticed, the Snake 2 has this rounded off corner or chamfer on the neck heel here. I'm not sure if you can see that. And I always thought that was a bit of a gimmick, that's bogus, that doesn't make a difference. But I can tell you, playing up here, it is much more comfortable. It makes a huge difference, in fact. Oh, one more thing I forgot. This is the headstock on the first Henry Snake, and this is the headstock on the Snake 2. As you can see, the headstock here is slightly reshaped. It looks a little less cease and desist-y. What an odd thing to say. One more thing that changed is the stuff that the guitars ship with and how the guitars ship in general. The first Henry Snake came with this fret wrap here, which I like. Unfortunately, the Snake 2 didn't come with one. I think these are really convenient, especially not just to kind of mute strings when you're playing leads, which I never do, but just to keep up here over the strings to reduce the harmonics that they sometimes generate, especially if you're palm muting under lots of gain. You might hear that ping, that ringing out when you mute the strings. Also, the first Snake, my pink one at least, came with this pink guitar strap. The new one didn't, but it came with the Henry's strap locks, which are pretty cool. The pins for those are already on the guitars, both the Snake and the Snake 1. And you just kind of pull these off to release. That's a really nice system because my other guitars, if I retrofitted them back in the day, used the shallow strap locks. These feel a lot more beefy. These give me more sense of security. So far it looks like the Snake 1 had the better package when it came to accessories, but the Snake 2 comes with this soft case. I'm not sure what the difference between a soft case and a gig bag is, but this is definitely a soft case. It's very well padded. It's very pretty. And of course, here are the strap locks for that guitar, the whammy bar, and the Allen keys to adjust the saddles and the neck relief. Speaking of neck relief, both of these guitars came set up for very fast playing, very low action. Personally, I adjusted that slightly. I loosened the neck relief on the first Henry Snake and I raised the saddles on the second one a bit. That doesn't mean they weren't set up well, quite the contrary, they were set up excellently. But a little too low for my preference. I dig in pretty hard, so that makes, you know, the strings buzz a bit if the action is too low, and I like it a bit higher. But yeah, I'm ranting. So what's the Snake 2 like to play? What's it like to live with? Much like the Snake 1, I love it. You've seen the Snake 1 in many of the videos since I've got it. Not to promote the affiliate program, because evidently that doesn't work at all on you guys, but because it's a joy to play. It's set up really well. It's really, really well built in all the areas that matter. The neck on the Snake 2, like it is on the Snake 1, is super silky smooth. There's nothing here that will, you know, catch your hand, not like on those necks from other brands with thick polyurethane paint, or even nitro, like on my Gibsons. Those necks can get so sticky, it's annoying. Not these. They're almost as good as an oiled and waxed neck. Really smooth, really fast. Neck shape is really pleasant as well. I've never been able to do anything with the information C-shaped or D-shaped neck. I don't understand what that is. But this is a nice middle ground. It's not Ibanez Wizard thin, but it's not half a baseball bat either. It's a pleasant contemporary neck shape. And on this neck, we have the stainless steel frets. Now, stainless steel doesn't really mean anything as such. There's countless different stainless steel alloys. Some are harder, some are softer. I don't exactly know what these stainless steel frets are. If they're super hard stainless steel, that will be super durable. Time will have to show. But what I do appreciate about the stainless steel frets is they don't have to be polished so often. On my guitars with nickel steel frets, over time, they'll get a little rough, they'll oxidize a bit, so they have to be polished once in a while to retain the smooth feel. That's not the case with these stainless steel frets, and I love that. That's awesome. The guitars hold their tuning very, very well. The locking tuners on the back that I mentioned earlier, despite not being name branded, but Henry's branded, do the trick. They do their job very well. They keep the guitar in tune. And this 6-point classic tremolo, again, like on the Snake 1, it can withstand a bit of abuse. It only goes out of tune when you really abuse them. But at that point, at that stage, we're not really musical anymore. Anyway, the guitar is set up really well and it plays fantastically. I haven't mentioned this yet, but the guitars are made up of Chinese parts. The parts come from China. And the guitars are assembled in the Czech Republic and set up by experienced luthiers there. And whoever these gentlemen or ladies are, they do a fantastic job. The fretwork on both of these Henry's guitars is outstanding. It rivals my PRS CE24 or my 2016 Mayones Duvel standard. It's really, really good fretwork. There's no dead spot. The guitar feels really, really fast. It's just a joy to play. And that already brings me to the end of this video. I don't really have an awful lot more to say about these other than I wholeheartedly recommend them. The guys working at Henry's are just, as I said, a great bunch of lads. The guitars are set up really well. And in this price range, I doubt you're going to find better value. These are absolute workhorse guitars. I mean, if you're gigging with these, you probably won't have guitarists coming up to you at the end of the gig asking you, hey guys, that a Henry's guitar? Is that a Snake 2? Probably not. They're not super flashy or innovative, as I've joked around in this video, but they absolutely work. They're a joy to play. And if something should happen to your Henry's guitar, you won't fall into generational debt if you have to replace it. As I said, I wholeheartedly recommend them. You can buy them at Henry's website directly. You can use my affiliate link or not. Doesn't really matter to me. Unfortunately, you won't find many of these used because that's my usual recommendation. Buy used if you can. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you very much to the great guys and possibly ladies, I don't know, at Henry's Guitars for sending me another Henry's guitar despite selling no guitars for them whatsoever. Yeah, let me know what kind of guitar videos would you guys like to see. I'm just throwing stuff on the wall, seeing what sticks. I have a few other guitars I'd like to do videos on as well. But, you know, my mission statement has always been to provide videos that would have helped me when I'm out looking for something. I'm addicted to buying amps, obviously, and speakers. So I've got a pretty good picture on what kind of a video I'd like to see there. Guitars, not so much. I don't shop for guitars so much because I grow attached to them too emotionally. I have a great, awful time getting rid of them again. So if you have any advice for me, any pointers of what you'd like to see in a guitar video, let me know down below in the comments. Thanks. You guys are awesome. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.